In the Star Wars movies, as well as other sci-fi films, there's all kinds of strange gadgets and weird tools. So being inspired by people like Kelly Sterne, Jamie Dole, and Shawn, we thought it would be our turn to make some really cool sci-fi tools. So you awesome geeks, today in the Smuggler's Room, we're gonna do exactly that. No lasers, no 3D printers, just some good old-fashioned building something out of nothing. So I think we need to go get us some parts, and then we'll get started. All right, according to Kelly Sterne, what I'm looking for is right there, this service head. This bad boy right here will serve as the top of our tool. I'm also seeing that we got a different style here as well. It's $8. It's kind of got a cool look to it as well, so we might be able to make something out of that as well. Duplex connector for $1.68. That's kind of got an interesting look to it as well. And I will say, the electrical aisle, there's a lot of cool stuff in this aisle, all for reasons beyond what we're going to do with it, but that's all right. Then we'll go with 3/4 of these adjustable repair couplings. And then you got a couple of these adapters, these female adapters. There's threads on one end and smooth on the other. Also going to grab some 3/4 inch PVC. That'll work good as the handle for this. I also like these guys quite a bit. Got an interesting look to them. Grab a couple of those. Okay.
What are we doing?
It's been a long time since you were in the shop.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing.
We're building tools.
That's right.
So we got all these different parts and pieces. We're gonna try to not use any 3D printed pieces, no laser cut pieces. Just gonna use PVC pipe as the handles. So I've got a few different sizes and types. We've got a whole bunch of parts and pieces.
Little droid face.
I forgot what it was like to have you in the shop. And then we've got all the greebly bins with all the different parts and pieces. There's all kinds of stuff in these. We have PVC adapters of all different kinds. Kelly Sterne uses EVA foam. And then we've got a couple of sets of thinner. This is HD foam from SKS Props, and it's sweet. Yeah, so we're gonna use this stuff as kind of inspiration. And basically you're making a weird sci-fi tool. I want to use Chris's little robot piece here. Kelly turned me onto this as well. This one works really great because it has kind of that unique shape. You can use Gooby Gone and all kinds of other stuff, but WD-40 cleans off labels like you wouldn't believe. How do I want to do this? I want to point out that Carissa took a good deal of inspiration for her build from the awesome work of Matthew Savage. You can find his work on Instagram under mattsav.concept, and we have a link in the description for you. If you're looking for inspirational artwork that you can create props and projects from, or just be inspired, you want to check him out. I overthink things.
Don't overthink it.
I know, I gotta stop. And we need a little oil.
A little oil. Yeah, hold the can up for the folks at home.
Yeah, when you're doing a lot of drilling with metal, you want some kind of lubrication. Also helps cool the bit. It is a fair amount anyway, you can see the smoke. I've got a little sprinkler head piece right here, and like we did with Chris's, we drilled a hole and then tapped that hole with a couple of set screws so that this gets held in place. So I can thread that guy on. Do I want to do this though? We could do that there. Oh, I like that better. I mentioned earlier that I got initially inspired by Kelly Sterne from Props and Villany because he sent me some footage and some photos of some interesting props he was working on. Here's a sneak peek of some of those. Watching this project from Kelly Sterne was the perfect DIY type of project. Not a lot of complexity, just a bunch of creative ways to make tools inspired by our favorite films.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm actually doing next.
So I cut this little notch out right there, and then that way, just run the bolt all the way down through it.
What are you getting ready to do?
Cutting this tab off of the top of this thing. It's going to sound awful. This is stupid. So I have one for metal and one for plastic, these little wheels. The nice thing about aluminum is it's so soft. Why do I do this to myself? Look at this mess. I got this little corner right here is where I'm working on this whole table. Look at yours is pretty clean.
Yeah, because I keep cleaning my stuff.
Harry's razor container, and then that can become a battery pack. So we can put an LED in here somewhere. Just need a bit of styrene. Use our nibbler. I don't know what this piece is exactly. I think it came off of a really cheap TV display mount. So these are those chalk holders. I took a couple of them apart. I want to use the cylinder itself inside here on one of these. It's kind of a torch piece. All dressed up and ready to go.
Ready to party.
That also connected me to Jamie Dole, and being an old school AV guy like me, he was building his version of tools using some rather familiar yet unique parts. Jamie was using a lot of AV industry parts and connectors, giving his project a completely different look than Kelly's. Two builders making unique tools that are different from one another, but in the same line of thinking. I have links to both their builds in the description below, as well as links to Shawn Cash's Try to Finish Something series where he built an incredible sci-fi tool. We hope you can check those out and get inspired by everybody. I've got a button with a lead from the power from the battery. The other lead goes to the positive on the LED. Now we can use the rest of this as the battery compartment. Beep, beep. A little burning. Today's episode was all about making something with found parts, building something out of nothing to tell a story. We think we did a decent job of doing that. More than that, we had a lot of fun doing it. Building this way for me is really therapeutic. Smashing parts and pieces together that seemingly wouldn't go together to create a prop. That's what I love most about the sci-fi genre. And if you liked this project, maybe have a look at another one of our DIY style builds with this video right here, and we'll see you the next time we build something out of nothing.